speaking out too late might be chaotic instead of solving the problem. Because somebody has been doing
you don't
something,
spoil.
you nip it in the bud as early as possible, and that's one thing I see. If you see a bad behavior, don't come out with bad behavior.
I know you say that a lot.
It is not acceptable. A bad behavior is a bad behavior. Let's forget the good side now.
Yeah, we acknowledge the good side. We acknowledge that, okay, you are a good man. You help me with chores. You take care of your kids. You do this, you do that. But this side, let's put those ones aside. This side, let's face it.
Don't cover
let's
up
not use that one to cover it.
No, it's not the same.
Let's work on this.
And I think that's one thing that people do wrong that makes that at the point they are now starting to speak up rather, it's already late.
It's already messy.
Let us address the bad behavior. And it doesn't mean that me myself speaking, I don't have bad behavior. I expect my spouse to address my bad behavior.
That's why we are together, right?
You give room for growth by doing that. But somebody is doing something bad. It does not even have an idea that this thing is bad. But you are tolerating it until it becomes an habit for him, and he cannot. And people grow. These things grow. They progress.
Yeah. By the time you are even raising it, the guy will be like, where is this coming from? We've been together for how long? Where is this coming from,
And there's something I used to say, that the only person I ever fight with is my husband. And this is why. This is somebody that I am living with you. I am sharing my life. I cannot ignore you. Somebody can offend me at work and I can be like,
just to come to work and that's it.
Somebody can offend me on the street and I can overlook it, but not my husband. I cannot overlook what you are doing. I still have like 1 million years to spend with you.
Especially if it is toxic. Let's sit down and address it. It is going to continue to affect us as a family. We have to address it, man.
Let's trash it. It is one down. I always say it. Every fight is down.
One down.
We move to the next one.
It may look like what this?
It may look like we're always fighting, but when we fought again,
we will not fight it tomorrow if we are able to trash it.
And in the process of doing that, you understand yourself better. You understand that this person doesn't like this. You understand that this person, okay, this is his deficiency. But if you don't speak about it, and there's something women used to say, you keep quiet for peace. What is keeping quiet for peace? The peace will not exist.
I believe we can keep quiet for peace for something that is minute, something that is that you can actually overlook, something this is nothing. But for something that this thing is going to hurt you or the family at large.
Exactly. Something that is
we have to address it.
That is the word.
Yeah.
Something that the consequence is very weighty.
You get
for peace. Okay, something as simple as you don't so my husband does something that annoys me. When he finishes his food, this is somebody that he does the dishes for me all the time. But when he finishes his food at the minute, he will leave the plate on the table. Now that is not consequential. I cannot pick a fight because of that. Because out of like maybe 7 days in a week, he helps me with the dishes like 4 days. So I cannot pick a fight
because of that.
Because he leaves his plate on the table. He annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, but it's not something that will now be dragging and go to pastor's house.
That is keeping quiet for peace.
Yeah.
But something that the consequences is going to bring harm to you, to your children.
Yeah.
Something that hurts you deeply and makes you cry. And you are keeping quiet for peace. That cannot happen.
No. And speaking up can how do I put this? It's not always violent to speak up, So it's not like when you speak up, you want to tear down the whole world. That you want to break your husband's head or something. So addressing issues it's not always, might not be emergency. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So if it is, especially like you said, if it's something that is consequential, and I see that this matter, if I table it now, the whole place is going to scatter. I can keep quiet and think of when to, table the matter, when will be the best time to actually talk about it.
There's something that I call strategic fights.
Yeah.
If I've said this to anybody before, but
Okay.
like you said, it's not an emergency, but this is a problem that needs to be addressed. So you will carefully sit down and
plan
think of the best way to go about this.
Yeah.
And you are waiting for the opportunity to address it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you're going to address it at a time when you are not even upset.
Yeah, because the aim is not to fight.
Do you understand?
The aim is not to fight. The aim is not to show that you have craze or something. The aim is to
solve a problem. So you need to be strategic as well. I used to do this even before I got married or anything. When people are annoying me, I'll just be looking at you. But in my mind, I'll say you fall into my trap one day. That my trap, it means that I have planned on how I am going to deal with you. What I'm going to say, everything is premeditated. Do you understand? So you are not meeting on our ways. And I think you need to implement that too. If there's an habit that your spouse do all the time and you need to correct, sit down, have it,
and plan it. Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you have a plan on how you want something to go, the outcome turns out well. Then when you just throw your hands,
especially when you do it out of anger, you know, it can just spoil the whole thing. You know, the other day we were talking on the group. Remember, I mentioned something about actually jotting it down.
Yes.
Yeah, because this happens to me always. Most times, I keep it in my mind that okay, I'm going to address this thing later, and eventually the whole thing just dissolves.
The love have melted everything in
we just start to play, and I just feel like, and I'm the one seeing it this way. This guy is not really, doesn't really mean what he's doing. It is the next time he does that thing that will not be, I should have addressed this thing that time. So what I do now is I write it down. I write down my reason at that immediate time. Why do I want to address this thing? Why does it not go down well with me? You understand? So I write everything down. When I go back to it, I can review it. Okay, so how do I table it? In fact, I even plan I envisage the outcome. Like, okay, what if I table it and it flares up? What if I table it and it says lie, I do not agree.
That is what we are talking about strategy. Planning when you are picking.
So I plan everything. What if it says this way? How am I going to respond? And I plan ahead. And thank God we are Christians. I even pray ahead. If it doesn't agree with my point, help me to be calm about it so that I don't scatter it eventually. You understand? Sometimes they don't agree. They come back to later agree and say, and you're actually right. You know, sometimes they don't even agree. Like their last word is, no, I don't agree with you. I'm not like that. But they change.
So this one is loud. You will address an issue like this. This one is very loud.
I'm telling you.
My husband like 1 million times.
1 million times.
Because by the time we are talking, it will be giving me reasons why what I'm saying does not make sense. The next minute, he has completely changed. So actually, at a point, I stopped caring about sorry. And you know, I say this a lot. So actually, I don't care about sorry. I don't need you to tell me sorry. I need you to change. I don't need the sorry. I mean, what's the essence of sorry? And tomorrow we're having the same.
You are doing it again. So it has even moved now to the level of I don't need you to say I agree.
Yeah, just
you guys
point out, right?
I've said this. Oh, Mama Rogue boy in their mind. And somehow they just start to adjust.
And again, especially when you are married to a child of God. God has a way of
convicting
them. And I think this I learned later in marriage because, well, I'm only 5 years married, but in the early days of my marriage, I always wanted my husband to agree with me on the spot. If he does not agree with me like this,
verbal agreement.
I will be fired down. But you know, as we got to know each other better and everything, I realized that I just needed to say what it is.
Yeah.
And then just keep quiet.
Just leave it.
Just leave it. And then I learned about the power of prayers, which again I used to feel like it's insulting to go and pray to God to convince somebody I'm married to. In my opinion, I'm married to you, you're my friend. Why should I go and talk to God first to come and speak to you? Who the hell do you think you are? You know?
Okay, I'm trying to get your point.
Yes, those are some of the struggles I had in the early days. I am supposed to be able to speak to you. I am your wife. Why should I first go to God to come and speak to you? I mean,
sit down, let's talk.
Do you think you are?
Who are you? I know, yeah.
You know, so that made us have a lot of issues, a lot of fights, you know. But these days, trust me, when I'm upset, I only do but this your son is getting on my nerves. I'm going to
because
and I leave it like that. And I will see that the next minute, what I complain about is over. I don't need to fight.
Yeah.
So it was a struggle for me because I feel like I think it was my mom that said it to me that if you speak to your husband, doesn't go and pray to God. I'm like, I should go and pray to God so that I can listen to me. Why did I marry him? Is he mad? So I cannot talk to you.
Now this is funny. Remember I shared on the group the other day how my husband said something and I was boiling inside of me. And I was boiling inside of me. But the only thing that helped me to keep my peace that day was because the previous day we had a discussion on the group and someone was talking and emphasizing so much on submission, on so after while he was talking, I was just trying to swallow my spit. When your tummy is doing and the 24 elders in heaven, they are holding you like this. And you are trying to, after it wasn't up to 2 minutes, he got up. I think he went to the toilet. While he was in the toilet, in my mind, I was saying, "Hi, this thing is paining me." He just came out of the toilet and he said, I talked about it actually. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm not supposed to do that, And he started to explain himself. And after I said it, I wanted to start talking like, now you are using your head. And again, in my heart, the Holy Spirit said, what do you want to say again? Why do you want me to emphasize anything again? So that when you say it, you will not start to change mouth again. He has told you now that he's sorry. He's not even sorry, but at least he has realized
this conversation will lead us to the other topic I want to talk about. That's submission.
Okay, I think maybe we should cut it here and then use that one to
enter submission.
Submission.
Yeah, because I mean,